In this video, we're going to learn how to use SASS with Node, especially how to install SASS using the npm, which is the Node package manager. If you go to the official website of SASS, you can see that there are different ways to use SASS, but we're going to choose the Node way. Okay, so we're just going to install SASS and then start using it. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to have to install Node.js. Okay, this is the first program we need to be installed on our computer. Okay, and in our case, we're gonna use VS Code, but you can use whatever text editor you prefer. Okay, but in this video, we're gonna use VS Code. But this software is mandatory for what we're gonna do. Okay, so it's very important for us to have that software installed on our computer. Okay, as you can see here, I just have a folder open, and I'm going to start working inside of this folder. Now, the first thing we're going to do, we are going to open our terminal, okay? And we are going to create a package.json file. So to do that, we have to do something like npm init, okay? It will help us to create the package.json file. You simply can put whatever you want in these project details, but in our case, we're not going to do anything. It's just for education purpose, so we're not going to do anything so special with it. So but in a real project, you will need to put every single details about your project. Okay, but in our case, we're just going to click on enter. Okay, and then yeah, so now that we have that package.json file created, we are going to make sure that we have the Node package manager installed. To do that, I'm not talking about the Node package manager, I mean Node SASS. Okay, to do that, we're going to do something like npm install and then Node SASS. Okay, once we have that, we can just click on enter. It's just going to keep take a couple of seconds. It's not going to take that long. And then once we have that installed, we can start configuring our SASS and everything. Okay, but by the way, before we even do anything, we're gonna have to do two simple things first. Okay, two simple things. The first thing, we're gonna have to create two folders, right? And the second thing, we'll have to create a file we're gonna call main.css. Okay, so to do that, we're just gonna create that folder right here. We're just gonna call it SCSS, and then we're just gonna create another folder. We're gonna call it this, or you can just call it public. Okay, this is where all your project file will be in. Okay, we can say that this is the folder that will have the production version of our website, if you can say it like that. So we're gonna call it this, and inside of the this folder, we're gonna create a folder that we will call we're not gonna create that folder, but SASS will create it for us. Okay, we could create it on our own, but we're gonna let SASS take care of that for us. Okay, but we're gonna create a folder inside of this, not a folder but a file that we will call index.html. Okay, HTML. Okay, now that we have it, we're just gonna create a quick boilerplate and call it SASS. Okay, and just call it SASS. Okay, what else? Yeah, now that we have it, we're just gonna save it for now, and let's go back to our package.json file, and we are going to configure it. To configure it, we're gonna replace the test with SASS. You can name it whatever you want, but for convention, we'll call it SASS. Okay, and inside of this string right here, we'll replace the string with this specific script. Okay, the script will be something like this: Node SASS. Okay, which is the name of the Node package, the SASS Node package, right? Node SASS. And then we're gonna have something like -watch that will watch a SASS folder, right? SCSS. Then we will output that SASS file to the this folder, which will be the compiled version of SASS that will be compiled to regular CSS. Okay, so this dash style. Remember, the style folder was not created yet. Okay, recursive. Okay, recursive. Okay, now that we have it, we're simply gonna save it, right? Then go back to our terminal. Okay, go back to our terminal and say npm run SASS, and we'll have this right here. If you get that kind of message, that means you have successfully create that script right here. Okay, now to test it, let's go inside of a folder and create a file. We're gonna call it main. Okay, main.scss. Okay, remember, it's not a partial, so you don't need to put any underscore right in front of it. Okay, any additional file that you will create inside of this folder needs to have the underscore, okay, as a prefix. If you don't do that, it will be treated as a file that needs to be compiled, and this will throw an error. Okay, so now inside of this, you just create a simple SASS code or CSS code. They're just the same. Okay, and let's say a color teal. Okay, and inside of our HTML file, let's just have an h1. Okay, and say something like hello world. Okay, and just get that saved. Right now, as soon as we save that, we should see a green message, a successful message that indicate that the SASS code was successfully compiled. Let's just save that. Okay, but because I just created this file right here, I need to stop the server again. The SASS server that's watching any change that occur in our project. So we're gonna click on Control-C, okay, and then run it again, and then save it. Now we will have that kind of green message. That message means that the SASS code was successfully compiled to regular CSS, and as you can see right here, it was successfully created, and that we have that regular CSS file created, and also the regular CSS code was also injected, right? So now, in order for it to test it successfully, we're gonna have to link, okay, our CSS file inside of it. Okay, just like this, and then press save and open that with live server. And as you can see right here, hello world with the specific color, which is the teal color, was successfully applied to the HTML file. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it to your friends, and we'll have more fun video coming up. Okay.